Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to a new week on DOdaily. It's Des here. Who's ready for some Monday motivation? Definitely up for it this week. Got so much to do. Really busy. Been really busy today so far. But before I get into that, I'll tell you about the weekend. Really feeling a lot more positive. I said on Friday I'll wake up to walk. It'd been a tricky week whilst nothing new had happened. It'd been the start of the week in particular was a bit tough. I was letting things get to me. We all do, as much as I can stand here and advise. It's quite easy to let things climb on top of you, but as the week went on, as I really threw myself into activity, work, different things through do running, it really sort of picked me up and I really started feeling great again. On Friday I got to watch the sunrise at Cotgrave Country Park, and that was fantastic as well. It really put me in a good frame of mind. And then me and Kay went away for the night to the coast. Nothing much, just got invited down for one night only. Whilst it was quite busy getting there, getting back, getting a couple of runs in the meantime, it was really enjoyable. I'm really pleased I got those runs in as well. So despite a bit of a shortage of time, it was important for me to get those in, and I got to another football match, local football match. So that's really pleasing because it's something I really enjoy. So all those things combined, it was a couple of good running efforts. Particularly a 10k I ran on Saturday. It was tough. It was along the seafront, and whilst the sound of running by the sea is always, it seems pretty amazing. I said on my own social media, it's the reality is a bit tougher, the wind and the sand. But as I was saying on Thursday Thoughts, sometimes it's about throwing yourself into something that's going to be tough, something you're going to find a bit of a battle, and you get a lot more from it sometimes. That's what I was doing, so I ran this 10k and I'm really pleased. Not perfect, I'm still getting there with the running, still sort of trying to manage the injury and get back to full strength, but something I'm really feeling a lot better about, having done that the weekend. Having got away again, the positivity is building. I'm out now enjoying the nature. I've got not a boot camp after this episode with some of the guys locally who are just getting into activities, so that's always a really inspiring session. So for me personally, there's lots to look forward to on a Monday. Getting back on, whilst it's great having a few days off from DOdaily, it's really nice to get back on and just sort of get that consistency back. And that's something I'm going to sort of speak about today on Monday Motivation throughout. Consistency, because I really need it. It's something a lot of my sort of activities and a lot of my challenges and the things I do are really based on, and of course introducing DOdaily to lock down for myself and to you guys to try and take something from. The consistency of what I do is really important. Even going back to the start of Do Running and the sessions we put on, we do them at the same time every week. It's really important for me to do those as much as I want to help and encourage others. By having that myself, it gives me that structure, it gives me that motivation, which in turn gives me some desire to sort of keep pushing on myself, but keep trying to set the example for others, and that's what it's all about. Some people might question what I do sometimes. Some people might sort of say, what's he doing now? Why is he doing more? That's completely up to them. But for me, whether it's a little bit of OCD, whether it's a little bit of stubbornness, that consistency is really important. And if somebody's consistent, they're normally in a better state of mind. I know personally when I'm not feeling fantastic, my consistency goes a bit out the window. I tend to do jobs at irregular times, things I'd normally do in routine, and then I get myself I start losing out on time, time's against me, I start rushing, making mistakes, and it's all those things that what I always say about one positive action leads on to another. If you're consistent, it's really important just to keep using that one thing leads into another, and that's what's happening this week. I made a post on the closed Do Running Facebook group today about what's available this week. Of course, I always use this time to explain it, and I'll quickly run through that, but I will refer you to that as well, because I think just writing that post gave me this idea of consistency and how important it is. I was just mapping out what I'm going to be doing, sometimes writing it down, using that determination to keep pushing on. And it's important because, like I say, it's just that one positive action leads on to another. Today I wrote down Monday motivation. It's all about attacking the week, looking at what we're doing, planning, preparation, getting that early activity. And that's really important for me. Never miss a Monday. I say it every week. I put it on my Strava post. I put it on my social media post. And whilst I try not to come across too sort of cliched, too full on, too sort of too out there, one of the real running cliches you'll see across social media and all these posts is never miss a Monday. And I really believe that. If you get out there and get something early, it sets you up. You take it into Tuesday where we've got activity. Of course, we do the Tuesday training, do Running City Slickers solidarity session. Everybody gets out there at 6:30, does some sort of activity. Anybody can get involved. We know why it works. I often say we don't know why it works, it just does. There is a little bit of a case of that, but it works because we know it's available, we know others are out there, we know like-minded people are doing it, and we all want to sort of rub off that positive energy, rub off what other people are doing. Sometimes we'd like to think we can do it all alone, but it's not always the case. So just having those people out there, lots of the guys have really used that to the maximum. It's one of the most popular sessions of the week, the Tuesday. So if you can't get out on a Monday, make sure you join us for that. If you're joining us after a Monday, even better. You've really hit the week hard and you're really on it. On a Wednesday for the Do Running Trent Bridge group, I run here in Nottingham, we've got the Wednesday workout. What I try to do there is offer some midweek motivation. When things might be starting to climb on top of us through work or through life or at home, it's important sometimes just to take some me time, us time, just to get out there, do something a little bit different. So what I'm trying to do is, either individually or as a team, set people the task of doing something a little bit different. Last week it was collecting inanimate objects. It sounds a bit bizarre, it sounds a bit out there, but guys taking selfies outside pubs or bridges or post boxes, and it's just a way of doing your activity but not quite not thinking so much about the exercise, the hard part, and sometimes we need that. We need just to enjoy what we're doing, take the stress out of it. Activity's hard, running in particular. I love my running, of course I love my walking now as well, and it's what I tend to do at certain times of the week. But if you're getting out there and you're not used to it, or even if you are used to it, I always say never gets any easier, particularly the running. It's important to find different ways to enjoy it, and that's what Wednesday's about. It's just about using something, a challenge set, something somebody else has dreamt up and thought of, just to get you out there and keep you going. A Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're right on top of it. Daily activity on all of those is already a great week, but of course there's much more than that. On a Thursday, we've got Thursday Thoughts. Say it every week, one of my favourite sessions. I really do get out of my comfort zone. I'm live, I'll answer questions, I'll give my opinions. And whilst I talk about this and I get a chance to sort of mull over what I'm going to say, I don't think too much about it because it just kind of comes to me as I'm speaking. But on a Thursday in particular, I have to watch my P's and Q's, I have to be careful, just to make sure I'm delivering the kind of message I want to, answer questions about activity, about the way people are feeling, about the current pandemic, about just little bits of tips and advice, a chance to be interactive. Again, I set a little mini challenge, nothing that's going to sort of take up too much of anyone's time. I ask people to leave comments, leave questions, answer the throwback question, which is always good to get the responses to and read out the following week. Last week it was about inspirational places, and already just through WhatsApp groups and chatting to different people, they've referred to some of those responses. So it's absolutely fantastic to be able to do that. And I'd love more people to get involved live. If you can't, just watch it when you can, of course. But really do look that up. I really enjoy that. And it's just some way to get little bits of, like I say, tips and advice from nothing major. It might be my thoughts, it might be something I've researched, but just little reminders, because we all need those, again, to keep that consistency going. And Monday to Thursday, do dailies at 6 o'clock. Again, it's that consistency. It offers me consistency in the fact I know when to make the episode for when it needs to be available for the viewers, but it also offers you consistency in the fact that if you want to use this as a tool, as somewhere to sort of a safe space to sort of check out for a little bit and just see what else is going on, what else is available out there. It's just available there Monday to Thursday at 6 o'clock, and that's the consistency I'm trying to achieve with that. Following that on a Friday morning, what I try to do is just spin that on its head just a little bit, but just keep the consistency by, again, posting at the same time every week. Whilst it's not at the same time as what's come before, I post at 7 a.m, wake up to walk. I love to get out there. You know, it's been a real aim of mine through this lockdown to keep getting up early, to keep attacking the day, you know, to keep planning and preparing what I'm doing. And I really look forward to the weekend if I can, well, not if I can, when I get up early on a Friday. It really sets me up. You know, I start planning what I'm going to do, what I'm looking forward to. I start looking forward to it, and I think that's the key thing, isn't it? What I'm almost doing is the longer I'm up on a Friday, the more I'm enjoying it. Everybody enjoys a Friday. Everybody likes the thought of the weekend come in. I know not everybody has weekends off, but those that do love a weekend. You know, there's always a nice feeling about a Friday, whether you're at work or you're at home. It always feels a bit more relaxed. So by getting up early, getting that walk in, getting some activity, do you know, I'll put all the social media out there for the weekend, the Saturday selfie as well, do you know, and it's really nice to feel like I've done for the week, and I can look back and look forward, do you know, look forward to what I'm going to do more than anything, because that's really important. And again, it's offering that consistency of being available, and that's DOdaily throughout the week. Of course, on a Saturday, what I look to do is look to throw it back to you guys and ask you to sort of let us know what you're doing. You know, it's great to get your Saturday selfies in. Again, a little bit of a challenge set from the Friday episode, normally at the end, something will have inspired me. I'd have thought of something. Again, nothing really planned. It might come to me some weeks, but most of the time it comes to me during a Friday episode. It's just about asking you guys to help me in inspiring and motivating others, you know, to pass the message on with me, not just sort of listen to what I'm saying, not just do what I'm doing. I don't expect everyone to do that. It's to get people sort of understanding and realising the impact they can have. And if you share a picture, somebody somewhere is going to pick it up, you know. My social media, I'll put something out there about running at the seaside. People are commenting, liking, you know, and all those things. And somebody will pick on it somewhere. Somebody will be impressed with what you've done, you know, and that's the important thing. On a Saturday, you've got the perfect opportunity to be that true inspiration in driving it across how important activity is and being involved in this community. And of course, through DOdaily and the work I do with Get Out, Get Active Nottingham, This Girl Can Nottingham, and their Stay Safe, Stay Active campaign, which they're running through the pandemic to try and sort of inform people what's available to them out there. Do you know, this is one of the offerings, and I really believe in what they do, and they believe in what I do. And again, it's about us being consistent in passing on the message of what's available, because it's really, really important, isn't it? I think today, as much as ever, do you know, it's been 6 months now since the first full lockdown, and of course we're getting sort of messages of how important sort of staying safe but doing the things we have to do are going to be. You know, it looks like it's going to be set in for the winter with a possibility of further lockdown. So what we need to do is keep doing the things we do for our own sanity, for our own mental health, you know, for our own peace of mind, to feel great, but also there is a pandemic out there. There's still a threat of a killer virus, as much as we try not to think about it too much like that. That's potentially what it is. So getting out there and getting in some activity is really important. Is staying really healthy, physically, mentally, and of course to fight off some of these problems. And we can all do our bit in helping. You know, there's lots of praise, rightly so, for the NHS and the work they've done so far, but we don't want to put that pressure on again. There's lots we can do. So all that activity I've offered there, you know, is really important, and that consistency of being on top of the situation. I've mentioned lots of times I've been not drinking now for quite a long time. At the start of lockdown, do you know, I think we was all a little bit guilty of eating and drinking a little bit too much, overindulging, because we was kind of locked up. We was enjoying the weekends a bit too much. But I realised at a point I need to nip that in the bud a little bit. I need to do something about it. Of course, I got a sort of overriding health problem anyway from an operation last year, but it was important for me to make a few changes for myself, you know, to feel a bit better, to start getting on top of things, but also in case there were bigger issues in the future, you know, and to look after my own health. I think we're all going to have to take a bit more responsibility going forward with the threat of these kind of viruses and pandemics, you know. The knock-on effect of different illnesses is going to be impacted if hospitals are full and full to the brim and dealing with people with coronavirus. So I just think it's really important to do what we have to do and be consistent about it. Do you know, it's so important to do it in the right way. I've said so much through DOdaily, and I was watching something about Park Run returning, you know, a big long speech by the people at head office there. It's so important to keep thinking about our own actions, and if we're consistent in doing the right thing, nobody around us can impact us. Do you know, there's a lot in the media at the moment about snitching on your neighbour. Do you know what? Whilst there might be something in that, you know, I don't necessarily agree with that. What I tend to believe is we should be focusing, and the government should be focusing, on our own action, on individual actions. If we do the right thing, all of us as a collective will be absolutely fine. We'll get through the situation. We'll be there to support each other rather than cause conflict, and we'll be right on top of it. You know, it's really important to show that level of consistency, to keep getting out there, to keep getting active. Do you know, I've said it a lot today, consistency is key, but the more we show it, the more we do it, the more we support each other. That's a really important message, you know. One thing I've got a bit of a bee in my bonnet about, if I'm honest, is I don't feel people focus on dealing with this problem as one. Do you know? You see it, you know, people are trying to tackle it from different angles. Everybody's got an opinion, everybody's got a thought. If we start acting as a team, working together as a team, which we do fantastically through Do Running, but we're inviting other people to be involved, and if they get involved with us as well, and we can spread the same sort of messages and work off each other, do you know, it's really important. I was also thinking at the end of last week, just kind of come to me, it wasn't intentional, but we've almost created this smallish bubble. Whilst we have been allowed to do different things, most of my socialising, most of my activity and my work is all sort of based around the same people. Of course, we all go into scenarios where there's others, and sometimes we could perhaps be a little bit more cautious and more vigilant. It's only human nature to forget slightly, but it's just about keep thinking about it, keep thinking what you're doing, keep taking all those positive steps, and ultimately we'll get through the problem. We'll get through it much stronger. Do you know, whatever we can't have right now, when we can have it, we'll absolutely adore it, love it, cherish it. Do you know, we've taken things for granted for too long anyway, in my book. So when it all comes back to us, it'll be absolutely fantastic. I mentioned there just going to the football. I've been going to non-league football, something I could have done for months. Something I could have done anyway on top of other things, but I really do appreciate it now, being in and around people, but keeping safe and keeping my distance, and understanding what we can and can't do. And that's really important, guys. What you can do for now is just get involved in everything we do, whilst it's virtual, whilst it's in solidarity. It's not quite the same, but it's really, really enjoyable nonetheless, and it offers that routine, that uniqueness, do you know, the fun and the quirky side of things, and also that consistency, and that's the important thing to remember. For now, guys, I'm going to go. I've got to get this uploaded, get the rest of my walk in, watch it, and then get back for Not a Boot Camp, and trying to inspire those guys to make healthier changes, and hopefully they can inspire others. Keep going, guys. I'll see you tomorrow with a bit of a pep talk for the Tuesday training, and some real Do Running activity to go at tomorrow. So for now, just doing it. Take care.